The Teenage Engineering EP-133 K.O is an amazing low-budget sampler that has two major issues. One being the 64 megabyte hard drive limitation, and then the other one being that you can only stack up to 9 projects onto this thing. But in this video, I will show you how to solve both those issues. The first thing that you'll need is one of these right here, which is a 5-pin MIDI jack that has a 3.5 millimeter TRS connection. Most of you guys can find one of these laying around your house, but if you need, I have an Amazon affiliate link in the description box to a good one. You'll need an audio interface with MIDI in and MIDI out ports. I personally recommend the Universal Audio Volt 276. If you can find a cheaper audio interface that has the exact same ins and outs, then you should be good to go. My audio interface is the Arturia AudioFuse Studio. Another cheap alternative is USB to MIDI. They usually go for about $20 on Amazon, so I'll have that linked in the description. Last but not least, you will need MIDI cables. Connect your audio cables to the output of the K.O. Connect the 3.5 MIDI port to the MIDI out of the K.O. Remember, MIDI out always goes to MIDI in, so you need to connect the MIDI out to the MIDI in of your audio interface. Turn on your K.O. Press Shift and Erase on the K.O. to enter in a number, which on your system, this will be your MIDI out. Then you can press enter and it will say MIDI out. You can press the plus or minus sign to set it to MIDI in if you want, but I will have it on MIDI out, which is on now. After that, hit main, go to your DAW of choice. Mine will be Ableton. In Ableton Live, go to the top left side of your screen and select options and preferences. In preferences, go to the link tempo MIDI tab and then select the MIDI in of your audio interface. If everything is done correctly, you will see the external blink. Turn external on. The BPM will sync with the K.O. and this is how it'll function from now on. And I already know how my audience thinks. Yes, it works in FL Studio. I'll show you. In FL Studio, go to Options, MIDI Settings, and then go down to External Sync, and make sure that you select your audio interface of choice. And this is how it will look like in FL Studio. This is how the recording process will look like. So the first thing I do is I'll mute every group except for one of them so that we only get like one thing playing at a time. You also want to be conscious of the volume. So make sure that you have that set up. Reset your playhead by doing Shift and play. Select the proper audio channel. So I will use 5 because 5 is connected to the K.O. and all of that is good. I'll arm for record and then I'll set up a 8-bar loop. I make sure that it is looping. Then I'll go to auto and set it off. Make sure you arm the DAW for recording. Then tap record and play. And it should record it in. I'm only recording it low because I'm talking to you guys during the process, but you can turn up the volume as you see fit. That sounds a little bit more suitable. The same process can be rinsed and repeat. I do recommend that you label your tracks as you go. Like this one right here, that is the sample. So the next one will be the drum track. So after this, let's just label this the drums right now. It goes without saying, after tracking it out, you have the track, you can lay it out, do whatever you want inside of your DAW, save it, and then you can go back to working on your K.O. And clear the projects and whatever else you want to do to it. To the right of me, I have more content for that ass. Make sure that you subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to cover on the K.O. I got it pretty much sold up by now. I know about everything that you need to know about this unit. Dead serious.